Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you with a video about UFC 190. Of course, this is the big fight that's going down, starring Ronda Rousey going up against Beth Correia. This is a fight that honestly I had to do a little bit of homework on. Honestly, I didn't know much about Beth Correia. This fight is happening at UFC 190 in Rio de Janeiro. Down in Brazil. This is a big draw for UFC outside of the United States with one of their biggest, most popular fighters, Ronda Rousey, up on top. Ronda Rousey has broken through and become more of a star than UFC can hold. She is basically popped into pop culture, appearing at WrestleMania 31 with The Rock, Triple H, and Stephanie McMahon. She starred in movies, being Fast 7, Expendables 3. She was just in Entourage, and she's already filming on making another movie with Mark Wahlberg in the foreseeable future called Mile 22, which is going to be filmed in Southeast Asia, which she's already planning on making after her Miesha Tate fight. Ronda Rousey is a girl going into this, basically winning a lot of her fights very, very fast. I believe if you add up her last 3 fights, she's won them in just over 90 seconds. And that's for all 3 fights combined, highlighted by the Miesha Tate fight, which she won in, I believe, 18 seconds, with basically the armbar just locked in and it was over. That's Ronda Rousey's move. That's what she's known for, and that's why people flock to her, to see a pretty girl like this be able to dominate as strong as it is. But April 1st, this is going to be the fight. Ronda Rousey, for me, honestly, does have the draw and an attraction of being a hot girl that got this armbar. She's won a few of her fights without the armbar as of late. Being able to knock girls out. But honestly, when it comes down to me, I know that Beth Correia is coming into this fight 9-0. She's beaten a few of Ronda Rousey's training buddies by beating Duke and Shayna Baszler. But to me, honestly, I don't know anything about this girl, and it just seems to me to put this fight up on top is a little bit of a risk for UFC. I know that they're trying to build up this little bit of a feud. I don't think it's UFC getting behind it, but definitely they're writing about it. Beth Correia is running her mouth, trying her best, basically to say that, she's going to win the championship. She's going to be the girl that beats Ronda Rousey. She's taking shots at her, having her head too much into Hollywood, basically, making too many movies instead of worrying about training to fight. Ronda Rousey is one of the most, brutal fighters there is out there. She's been talking about this camp that she's been going through, getting ready for this fight, saying it's one of the best camps that she's ever gone through. But the real heat, the real battle, why people want to see this fight that they're building up is basically Correia did an interview where basically she said that once she won the fight, I would give her a rematch so she wouldn't cry so much. She can't handle pressure. I will give her the opportunity to try and get her belt back. Please don't kill yourself. Don't commit suicide. I will give you a rematch. Why this strikes a bone so deep, with Ronda Rousey, is that her father committed suicide when she was just a young girl. She was raised by her mother, and to bring this personal issue into this fight makes it where basically Ronda Rousey is being quoted as saying that she says, "I just want to beat her in the most embarrassing and devastating way as possible." Ronda Rousey has even gone on to say that basically when she sees an opportunity to finish this fight, if it's too early and she doesn't feel like she's inflicted enough pain on Beth Correia, she is going to drag the fight on longer, making it an opportunity for Beth Correia to maybe get some lucky shot on, or maybe get some lucky hold in. Definitely, we did see the fall of Silva a few years ago, basically taking an opportunity in a match to try and run his mouth, to try and taunt his opponent, and he got knocked out for it. He stuck his face out, and the guy punched him right in the nose, and boom, it was over. TKO, new champion. Ronda Rousey, I believe in this, maybe she's trying to sell the fight. Maybe she understands that there's people out there reading these headlines about Ronda Rousey. Her last, 3 fights added up are less than, just over 90 seconds. And maybe it's not worth the $60 to sit down and watch this show, seeing how this is the main event. maybe she's trying to say that this fight's going to go on longer because there is a blood feud. It's not really, McGregor versus Aldo, but I mean, definitely it does have that headline to go with it. Ronda Rousey really breaks through with UFC. She is one person that brings, women to the table to see her fights. You always hear about, the women of the house, and if it's a wife or a girlfriend or whoever's at the party, they don't really care about all the guy fights that are going on. But as soon as the Ronda Rousey fight starts, it's got to get down to there to see this fight. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't know a lot about Beth Correia. Like I said, she is 9-0. She is undefeated. I don't really give her a chance in this fight. I think that Ronda Rousey is honestly too dominant. She's very, very well trained. She already has her whole career basically planned out. She says she's going to win this fight over Correia. She's going to take the Miesha Tate fight as soon as she can take it. And then she's going to go film this movie with Mark Wahlberg. And basically from there, then she'll get ready to fight another unnamed opponent. But definitely you can already hear the talk of Ronda Rousey retiring as champion sooner than later. Her mother has said that basically she doesn't want her to fight all of her life. She doesn't want to take the risk of getting injured in the octagon for UFC. She wants to be able to plan a life after this. Ronda's been doing this as long as anybody in the women's fighting game. And, she is the star. Does she go until she loses, or does she want to retire on top, being able to say that she's never been beat? But, even with that, you have to see that there's going to be those questions that come after she does retire, whether, whoever steps up to become champion, if they want any kind of a run, do they try and throw money at Ronda to try and bring her back out of retirement to see if they can beat the incoming champion? So we'll see what's going on. I say that Rousey more than likely will fight until she loses and even fights after that point. But on Saturday, we get to Ronda Rousey or Beth Correia from Rio de Janeiro, UFC 190.